got a rat.
Boopy doop boop.
Got a
Boop pop boop.
Matt, pet the rat.
It's very soft.
It's so soft. So here's my Alamo Drafthouse plug. You'll see a video about it tomorrow or Sunday. If you go to an Alamo Drafthouse, I think it's called Amelia. Can you help?
I literally ate.
Wait. Actually, it's fine. Hang tight.
It's fine. I literally did that so it didn't go on your rug.
You stay there. Matt, not pay attention to carbonation.
No, I had done nothing with
I
this
have
beer and
emotional
exploded.
support, paper towels upstairs as well.
I can't believe I did all of that. I just saw it coming. Give me that.
Most impressive. That's what happens when the beer's
I
been
know
sitting
how
there
much.
for
Yeah, I
a
know.
really long time.
Well, now we know. How long
Yeah.
it's been sitting there.
Everyone who didn't sign on early enough for the live stream
There we
is
go.
going to be real disappointed. They
good.
missed the moment. I
Really?
love how the first thing I did was shout for you.
I literally cupped
Do
my
you need
hand.
more?
No, I'm good. I cupped my hand, put my
Yes,
leg
you
out,
do.
so nothing.
You have drippies over here and on your phone. Don't let it get on your phone.
I don't care about that.
I care about your phone. So, hope we've energized you all.
I only got on my pants too.
Yeah, no, I know. You got drippies on
I
your
literally
pants.
protected your carpet. I knew this would be if it got on your carpet. So
Honestly,
nope.
I'm less sensitive about the carpet up here because I'm barely ever up here, except for like recording
All right,
purposes.
we're back.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything
Oh,
either.
look how
I
neat
opened a
mine
beer.
was.
Yeah, I
No,
opened
I
a
know.
beer.
It's not like the beer's moved though, you know.
No, I know.
why that
Yeah.
happened.
The hell, stone.
Well, there you go, everyone.
It's a good way to start.
Yeah, we got some
Exactly how you want to start it off.
some real good energy tonight. I mean, I'll give Matt some credit. I think that's the first time you've ever spilled something. I'm just glad it was far away from the computer more
When
than
do I?
anything.
Yeah, wait. When do I spill
Yeah,
things? Hold on.
You're not like.
Can we go? What is there a canon? Matt spills things at
I don't
Perry's.
think so.
I watched you spill so many beers on your laptop.
That's not at Perry's though. That's literally at home. That's not the question.
That
We're-
also can't happen near me,
we're
even if it's your
debating-
laptop.
That's a different question.
That would make me very sad if I saw that.
That's not the
And
question.
yet his laptop survived, but my laptop is a little water.
All right. Don't we have stuff to talk about here? What are you talking? What are we doing?
We have a lot of stuff to talk about. So this is our second to last Merri Hour of 2024. So on today's show, we kind of like made up a bunch of lists we want to make just because
like, why
they're
not?
fun topics.
Yeah.
And then next week we'll do our top 10s.
Mhm.
People
Correct.
already know my top 5, and I'm not going to reveal the rest of my top 10 until
Still
next
working on
week.
mine.
Yeah.
Like there's.
I
just
knew
so
I like
much.
I hardcore knew my top 5, and the second I felt really confident, I published that video. But things are still moving around in the bottom section, although I'm pretty sure that I know it at this point. So that's the plan. We have lots of topics to cover today, but before we get to any of those topics, we have a super chat from the wonderful Mike K. Happy Friday, everyone. This is a PSA for anyone who still hasn't seen it yet,
Okay,
myself
okay.
included. Honora is now available on VOD.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I do highly recommend Honora.
That came out
October.
October. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it was a little while ago.
Oh, fuck. I
That's a
didn't
pretty
watch
good
it.
turnaround.
Should we watch
Uh,
it live? Did you watch it?
I think it's quite good.
Oh, really? I
yeah.
didn't watch it.
No, I don't like doing live reactions. I don't get them.
It feels like something I should have watched so I could talk about. I don't know. Everyone knows this at this point. I've gotten bad at keeping up with movie news and trailers ever since not doing movie talk.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I again, like I think we talked about it once, but I like to go into movies as blind as I can be. I mean, it's impossible in our industry to avoid it completely, but it's good. I again, as somebody who's not really like Superman's never my go-to hero, let's say. Like it's just like
Who's your go-to hero?
gun to head. Like if there was, are we talking Marvel or are we talking?
You could pick any hero you want.
That's a lot of pressure. I mean, like for me, Marvel, anytime Guardians.
Yeah,
are
I was gonna
like
say Guardians.
Yeah, like those are my kind of characters. Like anytime Guardians are involved, but like, oh man, DC's. I was always Batman as a kid. That was mine. Like Batman was my go-to. So
is it weird to say I was always Penguin as a kid?
no, not at all. It tracks.
Danny DeVito shaped a significant amount of my childhood.
I love how your go-to superhero was Danny DeVito's
I was
Penguin.
I was like a little obsessed with him in that role. That was also one of the very first like the very first vivid memories I have of going to see a movie in the theater.
Oh, yeah.
I was really young too, and like for a little kid, like Danny DeVito as the Penguin in that movie was scary.
Yeah.
But I like scary.
That's a villain.
Yeah, you need a hero. You gotta come up with a hero.
I like me some villains.
I was always Green Lantern was one too for
Mm.
me as a kid. I don't know why, but I was attracted to like the ring and you can make whatever you want and stuff like that.
Mm.
Like I thought that was always really cool.
I mean, I guess I have to give the edge to Batman because I was also a kid in sleepaway camp who had a Batman Forever poster hanging over her bed. So
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
that seems like something to shout out.
Yeah, Batman was. I mean, those are the games I was playing.
still
That was
love
everything.
that movie
Yeah.
so much. I love that movie. And you know what? I like Batman and Robin too. And I don't care who knows
I'm on
it.
Team Batman and Robin. I think it's a wonderful time. Should we get this?
Yes.
Should we get this guy?
Well,
We'll get
it's
this out of the way.
It's a big deal. This is a big deal because it
For those who don't
is.
know, Caleb means we talk about football for like a minute.
It's
You
the
got to suffer through football for like a
It
minute.
is the second round of the playoffs.
It
It
is.
is high time to talk about football, especially because in the Patreon League, I am playing him this round. And can we just
It's so
like,
it's so close.
it's so close, but I have
Well,
to
sorry,
say,
that's the prediction. The prediction is incredibly close. We're
I'm
within like
so happy to have the edge. What happened that I got the edge in
Jalen-
like
I
the
told you
last
before,
24? Oh,
Jalen
Jalen
Waddle.
Waddle.
Jalen Waddle went down. So that's
What's wrong with him?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't really have anyone fucking Sat Edwards. The one time
No,
Gus
that's
Edwards
fine.
does
That's fine.
anything,
I wouldn't have played him in that
He's-
position either.
yeah, they frustrated me. Those
It's me
running
versus
backs
Perry.
all
Moving
season.
on. What are we? The semifinal? What are we?
This is semis.
This is semis,
and then the
okay.
next one's the finals. So it's the two of us playing, and then in the championship bracket, it's also Christy and Hoshi. Christy looks like she's running
Yeah,
away
I
with
was
it
gonna
too.
say, yeah, Christy's the one I've been afraid of most the entire season. So
I'll-
congratulations, Christy.
Also briefly brag about the Critics League because in that one I am projected to win the second round by like a significant margin.
I put up 160 last week and I still
And you
lost.
still lost. What was the weird thing that happened?
Lamar and
Oh.
someone else. He put up.
It was
80,
Lamar and Mike Evans and Brian Thomas.
and I still put up 100.
Yeah,
No one else even.
that's a bad combo for you.
No one else topped 120. I would have destroyed everyone else. Anyway,
Jeez.
football. There we
All
go.
right. We love football. We love football. You love football.
Texans, baby.
They're everything's gonna be fine.
I'm not worried about the Lions. I'm worried about never ever drafting Brock Purdy or Cooper Kupp ever again.
So mad.
Yeah, that was
Brock
kind of
Purdy,
rough.
Cooper Kupp.
I was fucked.
This rat is so soft.
You got a soft rat.
I mean, I don't know what to say to that, but it's adorable. Did I ever even finish? I don't even think I finished
You didn't
plugging
say
the fucking
you
rat
didn't.
because
Not at
the
all.
beer
Yeah, yeah.
exploded. So the reason why I have this rat, you have the sarcophagus behind you actually. So a lot of you know that I've been working with Alamo Drafthouse to promote some of their stuff, which is just like the perfect, the perfect promotional marriage for me. And for Nosferatu, they're doing a whole bunch of special screenings where you get stuff. And this one is their Beyond the Grave screening, and it happens on Thursday the 26th. And if you go to one
the
of
rat
those,
go
you
in?
get. Well, it came like this. This is a popcorn tin, though.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you put your popcorn in there, but then you get like a super cute plush rat. It's adorable, and I love
Going the
it.
wrong way. This
I
is
love
just
the
like
rat.
how it is.
What should we name the rat?
Ratty.
Bill, after Bill Skarsgård.
Bill the rat.
Bill the rat.
I'd rather rat.
But there's like you get this stuff. They're doing a 35 millimeter screening where you get a 35 millimeter film strip from the film if you do that one. And then there's also another one for opening weekend screenings where
That's
you get an
all
exclusive
Alamo?
poster. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
they do. I mean, like clearly for those other videos, we
Right,
have
yeah,
like
yeah.
a formal arrangement, but I could also
yeah,
just
yeah.
like sit here and talk about Alamo all day because I
I
fucking
going to
love
Alamo
it.
far before we recorded any videos there.
So great. All right. We'll hit Mike K's other super chat and then we'll get to our first list. Thoughts on the Annie Award nomination?
Yeah.
Seeing the Wild Robot leading in 10 categories rekindled my confidence that it could take Best Animated Feature at the Oscars. I'm just going to pull up those nominations so I have all the stats, but I don't blame you, Mike. That's a pretty good read on that. I started working on my montage the other day, and I'm going to maybe use the original song from
why not?
Wild Robot. So I've been watching a lot of Wild Robot clips to kind of like get me in the mood, if that makes any sense.
I mean, I just watched it, so it's fresh in my mind, so I understand.
This is an interesting list, actually.
Good fucking-
Best feature: Inside Out 2, Kung Fu Panda 4. Kung Fu Panda 4
I
deserves
forgot
more.
it. I
That movie
forgot
has
that even came
deserved
out
more
this year.
credit
Holy
than
shit.
it got this year. That
Yeah.
Christmas, The Wild Robot, Ultraman Rising, Wallace and Gromit. Where is there no Transformers here?
I don't see it there.
I thought Transformers was also great. Best feature independent is where you're going to find a movie like Flow
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Memoir of a Snail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's got quite a good shot.
I'm still putting
I'm
still putting The Wild Robot #1 on that list, but I
Mhm.
think Flow at this point is the #2, and I do think it has a chance of sneaking in and taking the win still.
I got that wild.
Wild Robot is great. More soupies.
Yeah, let's go do that.
Happy holidays and New Year's in advance to all. Since I'm probably going to like everyone's picks anyway, my kills are anything
So
Armit
good.
did in Kill.
So good.
Terrifier 3 shower scene,
Yeah.
the dude part.
Yeah, I know. I mean, spoilers.
Yeah.
I know exactly what that part is.
Well, should I watch it? Should I watch it?
No.
Do you want to talk about it? Do
We
you
did
like
already.
You like it?
I liked it.
Yeah, but we got a super chat.
Like #1, the casting I think is really nice across the board. I think it's James Gunn knowing how to put these characters together, and I don't know. Amelia, did anyone complain about the costumes? I'm actually curious.
Yes, but wait, Perri, have you not seen it yet?
She didn't watch it.
No.
Perri, I wrote 2,000 words about why this trailer made me cry.
Yeah, like the trailer getting such good reactions from a lot of people who love Superman is the thing.
I don't keep up with trailers, and I don't keep up with a lot of movie news anymore.
Okay, yes, people complain
Crypto.
about the suit, but it's because people are children who
Yeah.
don't fucking understand Superman.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, I think the complaints are always going to be there, or the
Mm.
ones that are out there. But like, what I saw as an outsider Superman fan, let me just say that clearly, I'm not one of like the in crowd for Superman. I don't know. I'm really excited for it. To be honest, Snyder's didn't really do much for me, and that's not coming from a place of bias, like just the movies themselves. They're not mine. Like, this feels like the Superman I want to see. I don't know how else to say that.
Okay, so wait, I have to
You just crept up those
I have
stairs
to
like
be
a
clear
fucking
about
gremlin.
something. James Gunn also hated the suit when he first saw it, but this anecdote is very, very important. So when Gunn and Corin Sweat first walked in to see the suit, Gunn was like, holy shit, that is so colorful. He did not like it. And David was like, well, yeah, of course it's really bright. He doesn't want little kids to be afraid of him. He's an alien who shoots lasers from his eyes. And like, it completely changed James Gunn's entire perception of it. And like, that's the whole point. Like, yes, he is supposed, his costume was originally modeled after like circus actors and wrestlers. Like, the function of it is he is an alien from outer space. Don't be afraid.
I love how you just like can't. You
It
look
was
like you're
important.
ready to get egg
Marked.
rolls now. By the
I
way,
am ready to get
you have your bag
Egg
on
rolls.
already. We still have 40 minutes of
no,
show to
I'm very-
go.
faster.
I like can't.
I'm
It's just
very
so
excited
nice.
for the movie now, and I was not prior. Let me put it that way. This was not a property. I was super, I was really like,
I know
but, like,
exactly
no,
what that
I mean,
means.
like, for James Gunn's run, I was more excited to see what weird shit he'd do because he's
Mhm.
James Gunn. He does good
I
with
like
the
weird
Outcast,
shit.
so like that's what I was excited for. But
Perri, you have to see
the
it on
tentpole,
Crypto.
Crypto the Superdog.
Why don't I just like fucking watch it then? I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch
doing
it.
live shit
Why?
because it's weird. We just
It's
sit here while
It's literally 2 minutes, and a lot of people care. A lot of people did ask. All right, Superman trailer 2025.
we're gonna sit here on a live stream and watch something.
No, this is official. This is official. You're such a Grinch.
It's weird. Why doesn't everyone want to watch us watch a thing? It's weird.
Trailer reactions do really well on YouTube.
The internet's broken.
No, I don't know. Sometimes I get watching someone be enthusiastic about something, especially if you love it.
Stop distracting her while she's watching this trailer.
Stop being dope.
Oh look, he's bleeding.
Matt,
She's already watching on her
I
phone.
do like the vibe. I mean, what did you want me to do? Go to a movie theater?
Just went down the street.
I do like the classic feel so far.
Just fucking crypto entrance.
You're just gonna like ruin everything for me, aren't
What am I
you?
ruining?
Crypto is so cute.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Does look really good. Fuck. Crypto.
Yeah.
Shit. That is a
It's good.
really,
It's a good
really,
trailer.
really well edited teaser trailer.
I think
that, like, that,
Oh, yeah. No,
that is a montage style teaser trailer.
I like it's weird to root. I'm not rooting for the villain, but I think my favorite predicting my favorite performance is going to be Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. Like
he's great in
man,
everything.
I think he's gonna crush that.
That's got
he's
like
gonna crush
strong good vibe.
Yeah.
A lot of people know. I just like I do really love the art of trailer editing, and more often than not, I'll say with a teaser, like, you know, give me like a longer scene that kind of builds up to like, oh, here's what you have to look forward to. I don't usually like the quick cutting montage style. That with the trailer score is
guitar riff of Superman.
That is a pretty brilliant pairing. That was
and I mean, like, again,
very effective.
Gunn doing what Gunn does though, and immediately bringing in Hawkgirl and Mr. Terrific and all these people. Like, you know, it's not just. I mean, it's Superman, but it's not just a Superman. What are you gonna add?
Holt said specifically that he's doing a more sympathetic version of Lex Luthor, so you might actually be rooting for him. He doesn't want you to.
Okay,
but
that's
like,
fair.
It's Gunn doing a villain, so
right? So
they might
even the
up,
villain,
like Lena Luthor from Supergirl, which I realize none of you actually
Yeah.
understand the reference, but Holt said specifically.
Again,
that
to repeat, Nicholas Hoult said he's doing a more sympathetic Lex Luthor, which again,
what he thinks is a more sympathetic.
well, yeah, I was gonna say that could be throwing a breadcrumb somewhere else.
Gunn, so
Yeah.
I
all
quite
right. I like
quite
it.
liked that. All right,
It's a good fucking trailer.
lists. We're starting with favorite scene. Favorite movie scene of 2024.
Yeah,
All right, do you want to throw it back and forth?
Hey, you start.
All right.
I want to hear yours first, so I can.
I'll just get my most obvious one out of the way first, because a lot of you know Wicked was my favorite movie of the year. It was really hard to pick a favorite scene.
From
Like,
Wicked. Yeah.
I love the library scene with Dancing Through Life. I love the Oz Does Ballroom stuff. I love what they did with what other songs am I thinking of? What is this feeling?
I was gonna say, go down the list. What do you
I
mean?
love that. I mean, I love the opening too. I was listening to the soundtrack in the car, and I just love how like the movie opens and just like it rattles you in the best possible way. But I have to be a bit predictable and say Defying Gravity.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's
mainly because like it was above and beyond my expectations. And I've said this before, but if before having seen the Wicked movie, you had told me that they were going to chop up Defying Gravity like they did, I would have said, don't do it. You're going to ruin one of the most iconic songs of all time. They did it so well. That sequence is so seamlessly edited, and those ways that they elongated it and had little breaks in the music really, really enhanced the story overall, and in particular, Elphaba's growth and arc. And I thought it was just done spectacularly. That is one of my favorite scenes of 2024.
I'm gonna start with Sing Sing. And I'm going to use when Coleman Domingo's character has his breakdown moment. And I think that's the scene that I hope they play when he wins the best actor. Like that is.
Oh, you think he's going to win?
He's my pick.
Oh,
I'm going all in on Domingo.
I
that is what I'm doing. But there is so much going on in that scene conveyed through his character emotion, through everything, that the turmoil, like every part of it. And, you know, what it's commenting on, like where he spent this entire movie being the strong one and being like, you know, I'm going to play the system the right way. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to do this thing. And then, like, you know, he's rejected. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling Sing Sing in this moment, but like he gets the rejection and Clarence's character doesn't. And everything that comes out of him is so fucking real. So yeah, like it's just, that's A+ acting. Like that, I think that's the best stretch of acting I think I have seen this year. So I'm using that scene in Sing Sing as like, just how do you get better than that? I don't know.
I wouldn't mind seeing Coleman win.
I think fucking hope so.
In that category, though, I'm kind of happy with all of the potential front runners to win. I think right now my money is on Ray Fiennes for Conclave, and I'm like, again, I'm a little obsessed with Conclave. Keep watching Conclave.
I know.
I also would be really happy to see Adrian Brody win. Did I tell you about the Brutalist junket? It's one of my favorite junket interviews I've done all year. It was with Adrian Brody. It's just like, tell everybody how soft the rat is.
It's very soft. It's a soft rat.
So like, you know that I feel a little spoiled because I get to do ladies' night conversations, and I much prefer the long form interview style. I like any kind of interview, but I do think that those 4 or 8 minute junket slots are far more challenging interviews.
They're bullshit.
And no, not always. Not when you get like the right. Oh, thank you. When you get like the right set of questions, and also like someone like Adrian Brody, to be frank, that, you know, will give every single question like the time of day and great thought. And he just wound up being one of my absolute favorites in that realm. And I do think that kind of wholehearted, you know, interview style and Q&A style is going to wind up helping him along the way. And also I just like, I felt that he cared. I felt that he cared about his own work and the people around him that made the movie.
Cool.
And
no, that's awesome.
I'm always like, just really inspired by that. So my next one, I'll go with another, I guess, semi-obvious one for me because I said it in my top 5. One of my absolute favorite scenes of the whole year is the scene in The Substance with Demi Moore in front of the mirror. It's just like a plain old, like, brilliant performance beat.
Yeah.
But I also love the fact that one of my favorite scenes in a body horror heavy movie is this scene with, it's like, it's almost like it's grounded, self-inflicted body horror when she's like messing up her makeup. It has nothing to do with like her body transforming due to the substance. It's just, it is her being in her head and not feeling good enough and fucking up her makeup. And like that, I think that's what rattled me in the movie more so than anything.
I get that. The food eating scene as well. Like that got me something fierce during that. And again, like as you're saying, obviously the third act of The Substance is what it is, and that's the memorable one. But to me, I think that scene stands out tremendously. And again, if Demi Moore gets nominated and wins, I hope it's the food scene that they show. Like that's there.
No, it's gonna be the mirror scene.
It would be the mirror scene.
It's gonna be the mirror scene.
So like, I mean, like these are my favorite scenes of the year, but I like saying favorite does not mean that they're super cheery and stuff like that. Obviously,
it doesn't have to.
No, I know, and I think Civil War is so fucking beautifully shot. And one of the scenes I have thought about since I saw it at South by, so this is most of the year, and whenever people bring up cinematography this year and stuff like that, it is the scene where Sam is bleeding out and they're driving through the forest that's on fire, and you have the folk music playing in the background, the Americana of it all, and like it's literally like these journalists like driving through America as it's literally burning. And one is dying, the others don't know what, like the helplessness that is going on there conveyed through what is going on and shown against the tapestry of a fucking beautiful fire scene. Again, I'm not saying beautiful as like, yay, we love infernos, but like, I think to me, that is such a wonderfully composed scene that is not supposed to make you feel good in any way. But when I see it every time, I'm like, this is fucking A+. There's no way getting around it. So I think that scene is just so immaculate.
I wish that movie had a little more staying power this award season. I quite liked it too.
Yeah, I know.
I was juggling that, because I was thinking a lot about South by, that and Fall Guy came pretty damn close to making my top 10.
Civil War is in my top 5. That's easy for me. I think it's still one of the best of the year.
I'm not 100% sure yet. I think it's just gonna get bumped out, but it's right on the cusp of top 10 for me.
It was never gonna stay around though, because of what it's doing and what it's talking about. It's ruffling too many feathers, and I just, it is what it is, and it's also not liked by a lot of people too. So it is not a crowd pleaser, I guess I would say.
I like it. All right, the final scene that I have decided to choose. It's just so hard to choose too, especially from this movie. And I purposely kept this movie out of another category that we're doing because I'm bringing this scene up now.
I like that. Yeah.
I feel like I could choose literally every single scene in Smile 2. I love that movie so much. I can't stop listening to the Sky Riley music, by the way.
It's good. It's so good. Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
But the particular scene that I wanted to choose for this list is the opening oneer. I mean, it's like, I'm a film nerd. I'm a sucker for a good oneer, and that is just like an A plus oneer. And then on top of that, it's got one of my absolute favorite actors at the center of it, with Kyle Gallner. I really do think that was also like not only a brilliantly orchestrated scene, but also a really, really smart way to bridge film 1 to film 2 and kick off film 2 with some serious momentum. Like, that scene hits and you just know they're going hard with Smile 2. I thought it was just brilliantly orchestrated.
I'm struggling with this last one because there's so much I want to talk about and mention, but like,
that's why I decided to spread the love.
I know. I got to stick with Dee Dee for my last pick, and
I'm so curious to know what scene you're gonna go with.
I might be cheating here, but it's anytime he's using AOL Instant Messenger.
No, I'll take that
because that is some of the most, like, talk about like reliving your childhood.
The smarter child.
So the smarter child one is the one that gets me, but also like the moving your friends around and stuff like that, the block list, and like, the MySpace one when he's not in the top 8 anymore. And
I don't
it's
know
just
why
like,
I never did MySpace.
I did. I 100% did it. And like the stress of like not being in someone's top 8 when they're in yours and stuff. That was such a specific brand of social anxiety and like childhood just trauma in a way, and not even knowing like you were getting hurt by that stuff. But Isaac Wang is also doing amazing stuff, like the actor Wong. Sorry, and like the way that he's able to make me like immediately swell up when. Yeah, the smarter child one is the best one, but also like the blocking too. When he blocks the girl because he's too embarrassed, like there's just so much going on, and also like it depicts the start of how like social media and like instant communication online started to like deteriorate how we interact. Like this stuff of he just didn't want to have that conversation, so he blocked her, and like that is such a 2007 2008 like on the cusp of it becoming super popular, and like how we have advanced now in 2024 when social cues are fucking gone. Like,
it's pretty incredible to see how like
devolved.
Like all of that is true, but like amplified now. Like we still do the same type of shit.
Oh no, and that's what I'm saying. Like that is the
other
start
social media type platforms that are just like even more
like that's where it started. Like with that instant messenger and that kind of text-based talking taking over. And now it is just to the point where like our generation doesn't even want to do phone calls anymore. And like I'm not saying that's wrong or anything, but
I think it's wrong. I think people should talk on the phone.
Fuck you. It's my birthday. It's about me, not about you or what you.
Fine on your birthday. I like me a phone call quite a bit. I'll do this one from Mike K because it pertains to what we're talking about.
That's fine.
One of my favorite scenes of the year is the cell phone scene toward the end of Hitman. Glenn Powell and Adria Arjona are giving 110% with those performances. That's high up on my personal list too. That's a great reference right there. All right, we'll do these other two, and then we'll go to our next list.
That's fine.
Wiley says, just watched Warm Bodies for the first time today. It was great and really good soundtrack. Surprised no one talks about it. Happy holidays. Wiley, did you see me in Warm Bodies? Did you see my cameo?
You, Max? I mean, there's a few
Max,
of you.
So Max
is front and center. Like
Max got a good cameo. We were all on 2 separate days. everybody that was there for Max's day got like a legit shot where you could see them all.
For those who don't know,
all of us are like a mile away from the camera, like little like dots like creeping around the baggage claim.
On the Warm Bodies set visit, if you went, you got to be in the movie. Basically, they dressed you up as a zombie to do that. So Max Avery from Coming Soon at that time, but has now written the book on Dune. Is like whenever I watch Warm Bodies, it's like, oh, that's Max the zombie. He's like right there, like right in the front and center. It's very funny.
That was a fun day. I kind of do wish that more set visits had that kind of opportunity because like set visits are a great privilege. They're absolutely wonderful. And I mean, I would say the same thing with junkets. A lot of those events that are most memorable to me are the ones that have like a little bit of a twist on
my
it, like
Baywatch,
immersive.
My slow motion Baywatch video from
real,
the Baywatch
though.
junket. Terrible movie, fun junket.
I talk about Jumanji: The Next Level all the time because I got to go bungee jumping.
Yeah. Like
I'm not
immense
stop.
privilege. Like we get to go do this shit. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Wonderful, like wonderful stuff that I'm very grateful for. Mike Joyce said, just left Sonic 3. I hope Jim Carrey never retires. You saw it, I didn't.
So fucking good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that.
I
really love the first two movies.
I really enjoy the first one. I think the second one's a little bit of a downslide, but this one goes above the first. Like this is them finally hatching where they want to go with this franchise, and they have the characters introduced that they want to. BJ kind of put it really well in her review because this movie is weird on levels I wasn't ready for. And she's like, this is the children's version of a Fast and Furious franchise where they're just going off the rails. And they are. Like, that is 100% what's happening. They're having so much fun playing around in the Sonic universe. But, like, they break the fourth wall. They're doing all this crazy shit that I was not ready for. So, like, Sonic 3 is a solid, like, 8 out of 10 for me. I love this movie. Its animation is exquisite. Holy crap.
I'm gonna see it ASAP. You have a holiday message.
He owes me shoes. Dude got too lazy and didn't send them.
I want to see new shoes.
Yeah, I mean, I did too. I could have opened them on this live stream and everything for Christmas, but nah, lazy boy over there.
You too.
Lazy boy over there didn't send them.
You too tonight. All right. Next list.
Yeah.
All right. This time you go first. The next list. Oh, I mean, do we both have one of the same on our list?
If it's kills, yes.
Yeah. So there, I mean, you see it in the thumbnail. The next list that we're gonna do are the best horror movie kill scenes of the year. And we both have the yoga kill from In a Violent Nature because
that's the best of the year. There's nothing better
all
than
of the horror movies I have seen, and I have seen many, I have never seen kill effects like that. I also just love the nicknames that this one has adopted. Like it's called the yoga kill scene.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
The one that they told me at San Diego. Oh, they call it the ampersand kill too. Because
kill. It does look like, that's.
I love that.
Really
I love
funny.
that. But shit, I'm promoting.
You didn't even know it.
I love Shudder.
But yeah, like that is my favorite kill of the year. There's no getting around it. And one was already brought up on the super chat. My second is the bathroom terrifier.
Yeah.
When Dude Bro just gets absolutely eviscerated, and it is a response because a lot of people they outcried on the last two movies of the Terrifier franchise because it is largely women getting killed. So this was Damien reacted to the feedback. And this dude gets not only just like split open top to bottom, but like just full genital mutilation, everything in the camera, everything full view. Like the practical is so amazingly good. And it just goes for it. It goes so hard. And on top of all that, there's a custom personal Terrifier Christmas song playing over it. So you get this like goofy ass original song about Terrifier Christmas and Art the Clown doing Christmas stuff over just a absolutely graphic massacre. It's good. There's no denying it. Like the Terrifier franchise is built on his kills. It delivers every time on that level. There is stuff that is lacking for me in other areas, but I cannot deny that these kills are always on the top of my list at the end of the year.
Fair enough with that franchise. My next one is from Maxine. It's Maxine's appearance tonight. I was just like, no, I'm doing the Kevin Bacon smush scene.
Oh, the smush.
I was just like,
smush.
Holy shit. And it's just like prolonged, and there's so much opportunity to be like, they're just going to scare him. They're not going to, and then just like
smush.
Pancake.
Smush.
Yeah. And that felt That felt very creative and refreshing, but also so appropriate for that style of film and the era that it's playing in. I don't know. That one was one of the more memorable ones of the year for me.
Actually, I want to do this really quickly before we do our last
Sure.
two.
What body part? What body part makes you most squeamish when you see it mutilated? This is what Merri Hour has come to. We were having this conversation. Yeah. Mine is anything involving Achilles tendons, because we were talking about the House of Wax movie.
Yeah, and I do think Achilles tendons is up there for me.
Eyeballs,
like the worst of the worst.
Actually,
I can do eyeballs.
Eyeballs and teeth.
Teeth is one.
I don't like teeth.
Fingernails for me is one, but like I that's not technically like a full body part.
No, it's a part of your body of fingernails.
Yeah, fingernail stuff messes me up.
Knees. Maybe that's more of like a sports thing that scares me though.
No, I don't like anyone that gets their
knee injuries.
Yeah.
You have to pick one. Pick one.
No, I really do think it's the Achilles tendon. Whenever I see like it's Pet Cemetery, all that stuff. Whenever it's just the knife going across the Achilles tendon, like I can like feel it. It's one of those things where it's just like, I don't like it. Like I get that phantom limb stuff. No, absolutely not.
I'll stick with eyeballs.
Spinal cord, Wolf Creek, absolutely.
Okay, so
anything in the ball sack area. Agreed.
You each have one more left.
Yeah.
What's your last one?
Fuck, I've been waffling between like three of them. I think the one I'm gonna take.
Oh, I know mine.
Is Smile 2? Are we?
Oh no.
Okay.
I have another Smile mention eventually, but not here.
So mine is Smile 2. We have our lovely drug dealer who picks up the weighted plate from his home gym.
Lucas Gage.
Yeah, so Lucas Gage doing it specifically is so good in this scene.
So good.
And it is the Smile 2, just he's doing reps with the weight, but he's hitting himself in the face with the weight. And what sells it for me is the blend of computer, so digital and practical, and the way that they are able to disfigure his face after every hit, and the grosser it gets, the better it gets. You see like so much damage, so many wounds. I think the way they actually do that,
most of that practically.
So I wrote about that one, and that one specifically is digital and practical.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's a lot of practical, but like the way that so I think digital effects get a bad rap because we always talk about bad CGI and stuff like that. But like so many filmmakers have been advocating for the idea that like, don't hate them, because when the practical is good, they can bolster the practical.
Yeah,
so exactly right. Yeah. So I think this was a really good enhancing of that, because you had the gross out practical of like the broken nose and like the cheeks exposed and stuff like that. But then you have the gooiness on top of it too.
That's a good scene.
That was it. Like it's just, and it holds. It's a horror movie that holds on the kill, and that doesn't always happen. Like think about how many times we got to cut away because we can't do it that quick or something like that.
Perfect transition to mine. The last one I wanted to highlight was the Electric Lady death at the end of Strange Darling. I mean, I guess this is more of like a performance bravo than anything, but that actually might be the single most uncomfortable character death. And I mean this in a good way. I feel like more often than not, death scenes are Hollywoodized in a sense where it's like, I mean that I don't want to bring that one down, because that one is also beautifully done, but you know what I mean, where it's like quick and we move on to the next scene.
No, we can't show it quick.
That scene takes a real long time, and I truly can't wrap my head around her performance in that moment. How someone does that. And I'll never forget it. Ever forget.
That's
like everything from like
no, that's why it's impressive.
Like the little nuances of her body movements and like the sound she's making, like those have burrowed their way into my brain just as much as like the most grotesque extreme thing I've ever seen.
Well, that was I guess it was Scream 5, and I was doing my kill list that year. And there's plenty of practical goo and all that stuff around. Like, of course, you could talk about that. But I think one of the ones that was most affecting to me was little Dylan Minnette when he just gets stabbed. Because talking about performance and talking about noises. And like, that is one of the saddest scenes I have ever seen, because like Dylan Minnette knows that he can't overpower the ghost face at that point.
I'm so sad for the Hicks family.
He's able to like literally like watch himself slowly die, and the noises he's making, like that is some A+ death scene material. And there's nothing like
that whole sequence is so good too.
Right.
And I mean, not to make this about that movie 2 years later, but it was also just like so brilliantly executed in terms of
the fake outs.
Yeah, like it was so many fake outs, but like they didn't overstay their welcome, but they still pushed it. I love that scene. So that completes that particular list. I'm gonna jump back to a super chat. I think I saw pop up. Mike wants to know what makes a movie a 10 out of 10 for you. Matt,
shit.
you said you love Sonic 3, but said 8 out of 10. I don't know. What am I missing with JW?
Just wondering.
Just wondering. Just wondering.
Quick
Who was the last thing that I said something weird with?
I have no idea.
Was it a Thor thing?
No, it was Doctor Strange.
Oh, Doctor Strange. What was it? Oh, Dr. Mom.
Dr. Mom.
Dr. Mom.
Yeah, we got to talk about Dr. Mom.
Just wondering y'all's criteria for a perfect rating. Love y'all and your streams.
That's fair. The perfect rating to me is so few and far between. Like, I did not give anything a 5 out of 5 the last 2 years. I have not seen anything that equates to me being a perfect movie. Okay, so like I think in the context of Sonic, I can still overly love something, but there's maybe 10 minutes in there that is iffy. Like there's like one character dynamic that doesn't work as perfectly as it should. There's a little downtime in the middle where they're trying to figure out the tone and it doesn't really work. Where my 5 out of 5s is something like I gave Fury Road a 5 out of 5. I gave Benson and Moorhead Spring a 5 out of 5. I gave Ready or Not a 5 out of 5 because to me, if I sit down to watch a movie and by the end of the movie, I feel like no time has passed, there's been nothing that I looked at that took me out of the film and my elation of it is just at maximum effort. Like that's what it is. It's hard because it's like, it's again, so few and far between for me, but a 5 out of 5 has to do everything. It has to be the full package movie. And I can't sit down and see even like one little nitpick, let's say.
Yeah. I have a very hard time calling art perfect. I can very confidently call certain elements perfection.
Yeah.
When I watch a movie or a show, and I've only seen it once, but almost always with film. And so someone in the comments of my Wicked review was big mad about this, that I didn't criticize a single thing, but then I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. Like Wicked's my favorite movie of the year. I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, maybe like 2 years down the line, I come back and say, I want to give it a 5 out of 5, but I don't know, like perfection, masterpiece levels, like films that wind up being, you know, big parts of my being, that takes time. Like two that did evolve into earning that in my mind at least were Mad Max Fury Road, and also I would call Inside Out a 10 out of 10. Inside Out 2 could be on my top 10.
Like, listen, I talk about the Paddington movies being near perfect all the time, but that's just near perfect. Like even movies I am so effusively in love with, that 5 out of 5 is so sacred. It has to be something that I sit there and I just don't have anything negative to say about it. Like I just can't. There's nothing. It's a feeling. It's weird. Like it's weird to say, but it's a feeling you get swept up in, and it doesn't happen often. And when it happens, you just run with it.
I call Jurassic Park perfect, but I also like I know after all the years I know the errors though.
No.
Like there's certain things.
It's perfect. The Fall of the House of Usher is perfect.
There you go.
No, I mean things like the level of the T-Rex paddock, like shit like that.
Oh, fuck that.
Or the fact that like Ellie's holding the door at the hinge.
No, we're not talking about little fucking
Jurassic Park is perfect.
I can't help it.
I would probably give Jurassic Park a 5 out of 5. I like.
Fuck yeah.
Like I'm looking at my letterbox right now because you have me curious.
I'm looking at my letterbox that never filled out.
Yeah, well, if you did this, you could pull it up rather quickly.
I know.
And look, I can go to films. I can go to my
every
5
year.
out of 5.
We do this every year.
What else have I given a 5 out of 5 to? What do I want to filter by? How do I do that filter? I don't know. Say something.
Oh wow, Letterbox is so simple and easy, and I should spend lots of time adding to.
I mean, you should. You literally should.
I know.
How else to say that?
I try to do it every year. I feel like my whole letterbox is only movies that come out the first week of the year because that's the only time I actually do it.
Ratatouille.
Good pick.
Scott Pilgrim.
Good pick.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Yes.
Moonlight.
Yes.
Jaws.
Yes.
Ready or Not.
Yes.
Climax. Oh, I did. No, you know what?
Climax.
Paddington 2.
Huh.
I did give Paddington 2.
Climax.
Blazing Saddles. Empire Records, Bride of Chucky.
Empire fucking Records. I didn't know you were a big fan of that.
Oh, I fucking love that movie.
I love that movie.
Record,
That's a 5 out of 5 for me.
Record, Predator, Gremlins, Black Christmas.
Did you just say Record?
Oh, sorry, Rack.
Oh God.
Shorthand for Record.
Every time you talk about that movie.
Spring, Elijah Wood's Maniac.
Mm.
Did you ever see? Okay,
What's gonna happen?
Did you ever see The Lonely Island Presents the Unauthorized Bash Brothers Experience?
I have not seen that.
It's a 30-minute Netflix thing, and it's them making fun of the storied era of baseball through the Oakland Athletics.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, and then Demon Wind.
Demon Wind.
Oh, sorry, and Aqua Teen Hunger Force: the movie film for theaters. It's a perfect movie. Fuck everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. That's
those
his
are my
parameters.
Those are my yeah. It's chaos. It's fucking chaos.
I'll take chaos. So we want to go to favorite surprises next.
Yeah, I like that. I like surprises.
All right. I'll say like I guess one of the more obvious ones that we've already touched upon, and I have to call it a surprise. I'm gonna call Wicked one of my favorite surprises of the year because we've been waiting.
That's fair.
We've been waiting so long for this movie, first of all, and a big part of me never thought it was actually going to happen. Then the first trailer came out, and it, as a longtime Wicked fan, it didn't give me the chills that I wanted a first trailer to give me. And I'm like, maybe it's going to, miss the mark. The next trailer they released did have that effect, and it made me feel better. But I had some doubts from that first trailer. But even then, we didn't just get a solid Wicked movie. We got a Wicked movie that's going to wind up being one of the biggest contenders during award season. I never, ever could have imagined that it would just be so above and beyond any expectations I had.
Yeah, that's fair.
I love that movie. Clearly.
I mean, I'm trying to think of a world where I think that is surprising that it's in the awards contention. I'll take that back. Yeah, you're right. I was just trying to argue it in some way, but I don't think there is. That's a fair. We knew we were getting it, but at the same time, we didn't care. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I'll just add one more point because this is also a hot topic often.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to speak for everybody, but I've heard a lot of people have this reaction. Everybody wondering if it was only going to be for fans of musicals or if it was going to be able to spark that magic for everyone, even if they don't consider themselves a fan of musicals or movie musicals. And it does seem to be bringing a lot of people together. And I think that's a really cool quality too.
I think my first surprise for me.
What's happening?
It's absolutely going to be Hundreds of Beavers. I saw this movie 2 fucking years ago.
Matt, just so
in my room.
Just so you know, I started working on my montage and I've gotten far enough to hit that trailer. And I am including a lot of that, but just know it's for you. It's for you.
It's for me and everyone else who gave it 100%.
Fine.
Hundreds of Beavers is the dumbest concept I've ever watched. And it is such a testament to what micro-budget filmmaking can accomplish when there is good creative, good ideas, good everything behind the scenes. This movie is made for what, $10,000, $12,000. It's all green screen in a backyard in fucking Wisconsin or some shit. But funny is funny, and funny people will always rise to the top. And it was Fantastic Fest 2 years ago, and they had this section called Burnt Ends. And all it was these movies that didn't make the actual cut of Fantastic Fest, but they wanted to put a little spotlight on anyway. So I'm in my bedroom alone watching this ridiculous ass movie. And I'm that was funny, but I don't know if anyone's ever going to see this movie. And cut to 2 years later when it actually gets a release and people start talking about it. And I am surprised not only that I liked it as much as I did, I genuinely love it, sit through the whole thing, fight for it. It's so good, but that it really took off. That took me by surprise. I did not know it was going to become a critical darling. I did not know people are going to be talking about it for awards contention alone. So I am so very happy to see that whole filmmaking team because they've done other movies like Lake Michigan Monster, and their stuff is micro budget. That's what they do, and they just have fun making their movies. And Benson and Moorhead have their slogan make movies with your friends. And Hundreds of Beavers is the best example, even outside of Benson and Moorhead movies. I think that is just make the movies you want to make with your friends. You never know what can happen, and It's hundreds of beavers.
All right.
Even
I'll
more.
respect
Even more.
it.
There's like thousands of beavers.
To be fair, I feel like our cut short viewing wasn't like the best introduction.
No,
I should probably give it a more fair shot, but the time will come. I'll go with my other obvious one because I already said I was going to bring this film up again. The other surprise for me is Smile 2. And
that's fair.
Like, on the one hand, it wasn't really a surprise because I really loved Smile, and it was so abundantly clear that like Parker Finn just had it. Like, he knew what he was doing in every single respect. But you know, to be frank, more often than not in this industry, when you have a studio high concept horror movie that spawns a franchise, eventually it feels like, you know, you're doing it for the sake of, you know, adding another property to your list. I hate the term cash grab because I don't know.
I mean,
but
that's what else you want to call it?
It does happen a lot, but not only did they make a high quality sequel, I think I've also come to accept this for a while. I'm like, I need to watch Smile 2 like 20 more times to decide. Smile 2 ranks above the first Smile.
Oh my God.
I think they're both excellent films, but like, I didn't expect how hard Smile 2 was going to go and how big it goes. I mean, really, I think Smile 2 is the perfect example of a franchise movie that actually does go bigger and better. Like, most of the time, they'll say like, it's going to be bigger and better. And then, you know, it pales in comparison. But that one, they really nailed it. And fucking Naomi Scott. Not that I ever doubted her either, but she's good. She's good in everything I've ever seen her in. I really think she is super talented. I don't think anyone on this planet could have predicted what she was capable of in Smile 2.
No, hell no.
So good. If the Oscars were fair, she'd be getting a nomination.
I'm going to use your mentality here of Smile 2 following something that you love dearly. And it's again, sequel and stuff like that. But I'll take the prequel route.
I know where you're going.
Do you, though? Because I'm stuck between two, because there are two very good prequels that both surprised me.
The Lion King.
That's correct. You nailed it. That is exactly what I talked about. No, like I'm going to use both of them, honestly. I'm going to steal them.
Wait, let me figure out what the other one is. I know
two horror prequels.
I know one with certainty. What am I forgetting?
A day one?
Yeah, that's the one I know.
Oh,
First Omen.
Oh fuck.
Okay. Yeah. Oh no. Like
fair.
I'm going to use the same argument for both of them. So sorry, I'm stealing both. But like, I was more down on A Quiet Place. I was very nervous for A Quiet Place and the approach it was taking, and also I didn't love A Quiet Place 2. I thought the creature aspects of it were kind of just like, okay, we're a creature feature now. I get it, and it lost what Krasinski like had done so well in the first one, but A Quiet Place 2 is, again, one of my favorite horror movies of the year. And it was a surprise to me because I loved it for all the reasons that I didn't expect to. It is a emotional roller coaster. It is so well acted. I gave so little shit about the creature aspects of it because of everything else that was on screen. And so I was just like blown away with why I liked a day one. Day one. I don't want to keep saying a day one. So that's day one, but also First Omen. Why the fuck should we care about an Omen prequel? Honestly, like when it was announced, I was like, cool, we're just cash grabbing again. Sorry to use that word, but that's what it is sometimes. We've taken a franchise that people know. We're going to tack onto it. We're going to do our shit. Cash
grabbing cringe. For some reason, those descriptors bother me.
Yeah, but again, like that, to me, that's what First Omen felt like. We just got to crank one out. Or maybe it was the scenario of like Friday the 13th or Hellraiser where, hey, we just got to keep the rights. We got to do that rights movie. Let's do it. No, hell no. That was Possession. That was great. That was, there was so much good in First Omen. And to have it be such a loving recreation of the Omen, but at the same time be its own thing 100%. That is hitting on its own cylinders. We don't need to compare it. It has the last 3 minutes where it does tie in, but it still opens the door for its own continuation. I think that is how you do a prequel. I think the First Omen is how you stand your own ground, have your own creativity, boast originality, but also lovingly tie to a franchise and make sure people understand that you're there for a reason. So that was First Omen for me.
Some good selections there. For my last one, it's cheating a little because it is
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
fine.
looking to the future. But one of my favorite types of surprises to experience every single year is when a movie is not on my radar whatsoever. I see it at a
Yeah.
film festival and I fall so in love with it. There's obviously a few this year because two Sundance movies made it to my top 5 with My Old Ass and also it's What's Inside.
Mhm.
But the one that I'll shout out right now is one that like I didn't know anything about before TIFF. I'm so excited for you to see it too because I think you're really gonna love it. It's a movie called Sketch.
Oh, you told me about it.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
it is a movie about a young girl who draws horror-like characters, and her notebook falls into kind of like a magical pond, and it brings her drawings to life. And when the drawings come to life, they are made of like the thing she created them with. I just think it is such like a brilliant concept, and it's so incredibly well executed from a newer filmmaker. And man, I think that one, if it gets the right kind of release, could really spark with a lot of people out there. So I'll say Sketch. Look
Hell
out
yeah.
for that. Speaking of which, I should have looked up what its release plans are, but
Yeah, I mean, like I haven't heard anything about Sketch, so I
Yeah.
think it still might not have anything.
which is just wild to me. Literally every single TIFF party I went to, if I saw any
Just talk
kind
about
of
Sketch.
if I saw
Yeah.
any kind of executive,
watch-
like
go
yes,
watch Sketch.
I did.
That's fair.
Make a point to bring it up because like you never know. All you need is to say it to the right person at the right moment and have them remember it, and then they check it out. And I also just don't understand how anyone could like not have their heart full after watching
Oh, that's
that
fair.
movie. It's that kind of vibe.
I'll take the same route, but I'll use a movie that came out this year that I saw at South by 2 years ago at this point. Molly and Max in the Future. It's just it's such, again, I'm gonna talk
Is that
about
a this year movie?
That's a this year movie. Early in the year, but that's a this year movie. So Molly and the
Wow.
Max in the Future is a romantic comedy set in the future and set over a decade. And what it is dealing with in dating, in life, in like relationship culture and all these things with a sci-fi futuristic environment. It says so much to like the stuff we get stuck in dating culture, and it is so heartfelt in the way it deals with things, and it's just open and honest and raw, but it's also aggressively funny. You just have like a tremendous cast put together, and I felt so many things during that movie. Like it's one of those you sit down to watch and you're just so impressed by it. And I bring up the micro budget because most of this movie is shot on a climax, but like that's where most of the money went. So like you just have the fucking surrounding thing, or that's what's called the climax, right?
I don't know
No,
what the fuck you're talking about.
Amelia, what's the fucking the surround screen that goes around the LED screen?
Are we talking about the volume?
Yeah, holy shit. Why did I call it the climax? I don't know why I call it the climax. On the volume. That's where I got there. I was thinking of the movie Climax from prior. On the volume. Is this the moment when Perri breaks this episode?
I will never unhear that.
Sorry, on the volume.
I'm going to be doing like a formal award season Q&A where someone
can't
talks
wait.
about filming on the volume, and I'm going to think of this.
Oh,
and
see,
just
that's
start
great
laughing.
then. That's all I need. On the volume, sorry. Yeah, no, it's just really impressive because they build a whole universe and multiple worlds. And now I'm gonna keep talking about this movie and you can't stop laughing.
I know. Keep
Go watch
talking.
Molly and Max in the Future. It's fucking adorable. It's fucking impressive. And
Oy.
it's so good.
Okay, we have one more list to do. Let's do it quickly. Do you want to do like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 out?
A surprise. Oh wait,
no,
us
like
promoting. Us promoting.
personal.
Us promoting.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean promoting, but also
Sorry, no,
like
it's promoting.
I ask this question on Ladies' Night
Yeah.
all the time, and I think it's important the idea of like being proud of yourself and celebrating the good work you've
I'm
done.
okay with
So we're each gonna pick 3 like personal, professional like pieces, accomplishments, whatever you want to name that.
From this year.
Yeah, this year. Yeah, this year.
Easy first one is my first Blu-ray. I guess special feature is the right thing to call
That's
it.
such a good one.
Well, I mean, like I didn't know what to call it, but like
Okay.
it's a video essay on the Friday the 13th remake, re-release on Arrow Video, and it's the first one I've ever done, and it means a lot to me because number one, I only got it because of my Bloody Disgusting column about remakes, and the person reached out to me specifically for that. And as a writer, it is very hard to think if anyone's reading your shit, if anyone cares. But to get an email that's like from someone I greatly respect, and to have her be like, hey, I'm producing these special features. You're writing on this shit is immaculate. Please do this for me. And I'm like, yes, I can do that. So this year I had a goal to do one special feature on a Blu-ray, and I'm over 10 this year. I've like that opened the door. But yeah, it's never going to be better than starting it with Friday the 13th, the remake, a movie I am very defensive of. And it was just kind of like, yeah, that's like some full circle shit.
I like that one. Do you want to go through all three of yours, or do you want to pass back and forth?
No, go for it.
The first one that I'll say is I am especially proud with how I crushed my film festival coverage, because I mean, really at Sundance, at South by Southwest, and at TIFF, and the cons are included too. So I guess I'll say San Diego and New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
I just like always feel like I've taken on too much as far as interviews go. Like I always feel like I'm not going to get the work done. And I did every single time. And they're all like thoughtfully conducted interviews from a place of knowledge. And I put in the work to bring them to that level. And like, I'm proud of all of them too. Like, I love the fact that this time of year I can go back to like interviews from Sundance that were for, ones that are in the award space right now. And like, I still love the work that I did. And especially when it's a movie I love in the festival space, I'm always really happy to conduct an interview that well reflects why it's so special. And I think I had a bunch of those this year that I'm very proud of.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously that led to other things that I'm sure is on your list
maybe
for later. So
maybe.
So I won't bring that up because I assume you're going to get there.
Ooh, maybe.
I'm trying to I had one down. I want to make sure I am correct in saying this. Hold on, I'm trying to find the first one I did.
A list?
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm correct in saying this. So we do our live streams. I'm comfortable on video. I like doing this chaos method.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Well, I love doing this chaos method, and I like just seeing where live streams go and me saying climax instead of volume and shit like that. It's just that's fun for me.
That's amazing.
Reading off a teleprompter has not been anything I've ever been thought to be good at. I don't know. I've tried it a while ago, and I didn't have the right coach to guess I say or something like that. And it was also me and friends doing it. It was not a professional setting, but I was like, let me give this a go. And I'm like, this is whatever. I don't care. So I got to do some IGN videos this year, and very quickly I felt comfortable doing this. And that made me feel good in a way that was very, I had a great producer both times. So
Thanks, Jamie.
Well, yeah, Jamie and Tom at IGN, they both were really great with me and working with me. And I don't know, it's just one of those things you had to get over. We all have these things in the industry where you just do it. What am I not going to, am I going to give the opportunity up and not do it? No, I'm going to go on camera. I'm going to do the thing that's scary, and I'm going to get through it as best I can. But I got really good feedback, and also I felt really good doing it too. So it just opened up another door to be do I want to pursue that in the future? The fact that you just do that and you kind of go with it. So yeah, that meant a lot to be able to do that on that kind of level too. It was IGN. It wasn't just me doing it in a backyard somewhere or some shit like that, or a garage. No, I was in a studio doing some shit. That was cool. So yeah, cool. So that's that. Yeah.
You crushed it.
Tried.
No, it's good stuff. It's not easy to do that kind of prompter work in VO and make it sound natural.
It's so weird.
A little bit, but you got it. Got it. For my next one, I'll do the press award nomination.
Yeah, absolutely that.
I love what I do. So I don't need any awards or any recognition, but I can't lie. It does feel really good, especially when
it should.
When it's that nomination comes from people that I heavily rely on to do the thing that I love, and to know that they think that I'm good at it and also find me to be a good collaborator in that space. It just makes me feel really fucking good.
Because our industry, the reputation some people get, and to know you don't have that reputation.
I work really hard.
I will say in the most diplomatic way possible on camera.
I appreciate that nomination so much. So much. Your last one?
Like, I don't want to cheat and kind of use one you did already. So I'm trying to look for
You
something
can.
else. I mean, it goes back to the festival work. It goes back
Yeah.
to the idea
No,
of like,
you crush it at the film festivals. You should definitely highlight that.
well, I was gonna say, like, I walked away with 19 reviews
Yeah.
at Fantastic
That's
Fest, and,
significant.
you know, again, getting good feedback on them too. Like, the first time I wrote for the Wrap was at Fantastic Fest, and it came back no note, clean slate, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, it's always nerve wracking when you write for a new site. And it's even more nerve wracking when you're writing for a new site at a festival where you're sleep deprived, have no idea what's going on, and you're kind of like, I hope this is a review. Like, what did I write? I don't know. What is this thing? So yeah, it was another really good year just for writing about movies, and like my mindset on going to these festivals as well too. Just, you know, do I still have it in me? Can I still do this? Is this something that I have the energy for, and all that stuff? I mean, listen, these are questions. Like, it's a young person's game, staying up until 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, doing our reviews. But I
get that mentality. Yeah. Like, you're built for that. I don't think that's ever going anywhere.
It's the fear that might go away someday, and it still might someday, but it didn't this year, and it felt good that it didn't.
Maybe you'll have to go to bed an hour earlier, but you'll always be able to thrive in that setting. I just know it.
The one thing I did lose was working out at the festival, though. I was too tired to do that. I
stopped doing that too, because like sometimes you have to stop and say sleep is more important than doing a workout. For my last one, it is definitely going to be doing Collider Ladies Night at San Diego Comic-Con on the Ballroom 20 stage with 3 actors that I love dearly and think are phenomenal talents. I still like can't believe that really happened.
It did.
I can't believe it really happened. I can't believe
it went off magnificently.
It went so well. I'm so indebted to Adam, my Ladies Night editor, who helped prepare all of the assets for that and was also just like a really great source of support, like on the ground. Melissa, Erica, and Katie, like, I could have prepared for that panel all day long. The only way that panel was going to have the right vibe is if the guests brought that, and they brought that in spades. And of course, Paul, who did a significant amount of work making that happen and figuring out all the logistics and putting all the pieces together. Whew, like that was a feat. Like, if you told 2011 me attending her first San Diego Comic-Con that one day, like, not only would she stand on the Ballroom 20 stage, but she'd be hosting her own panel, like, I would drop dead on the spot. Like, I can't.
A while.
Fuck, I have.
I don't know. Sorry. Like,
that was my first. That was the year that oh my God, I rode why did I ride a mechanical shark that year?
Shark Night?
Yeah.
Was it Shark Night 3D?
Shark Night 3D.
Yeah, Shark Night 3D.
I rode a mechanical shark.
Yeah.
Crazy times. So long ago.
God bless.
Hopefully more ladies' nights to come. All right, let's burn through these super chats so we can get someone her egg rolls. Mike K, Transformers 1 being as good as it was a very pleasant surprise, especially after a not good first impression with that initial trailer. This movie is really good. Yeah. I rewatched it the other night to moderate a Q&A, and every single time I rewatch it, I'm like shit. It's like stunningly animated. Every frame in that movie is beautiful.
No, it looks good there.
And it's got a good story with a lot of heart. Also, I think Brian Tyree Henry gives one of the best voice performances of the entire year.
So good.
Hannibal wants to know, bonus question for all, from an emotional standpoint, any disappointing, surprising death moment? Ooh, Darcy from Oddity for me. That's a good question. Good question that I might have to think about a little more.
I'm literally looking at my shit. I would have to.
Like one that made me disappointing. I don't know.
Well, and again, I go back to Civil War. Like, I knew it was coming with Sam. Like, I knew that was coming. Like, it's still heartbreaking when it happens. Was the old vet who literally is killed.
I also don't want to name anything too recent in fear of spoiling.
That's fair. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold off.
All right.
I want to think about this. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I want egg rolls.
Well, we have a high priority super chat and a perfect super chat to wind down the show with.
666, baby.
Serena. Best horror scenes this year, all of Nosferatu, Oddity, Camera Jump Scare, Dennis Quaid and the Substance, and Demon Hand out of the Vagina in First Omen.
So like legit biggest surprise of the year. Yeah. A Disney movie let that happen.
That shit ruined Matt's life.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, I was just like, oh,
amazing.
You would not stop talking about it.
Yeah.
It ruined him.
A Disney movie did that. I was not ready for that. I've seen Teeth. I've seen things, but like I was not ready for that.
I've seen Teeth.
I've seen Snatchers.
Have you ever seen Teeth on stage?
No,
I saw Teeth the musical.
It's Teeth the musical. That's
fucking
cool.
awesome.
I really
I think it's extended now too.
I
If you're in New
would
York,
love to see
go
that.
see it.
Have you ever seen a server bringing us our egg rolls?
Oy vey. All right, it's egg roll time. To everybody out there, thank you for watching this hour of Merri. This Merri hour. I'm sorry.
Hour of Merri.
Fucking climax and the volume and our friend Bill the rat. And the
You
beer
named
spilling.
it Bill. He's
So
ratty.
much has happened on this episode.
It's ratty to rat.
We have one more Merri hour of 2024 left. You probably can't hear it because there's a rat crawling on my mic right now.
It's so much mic exposed.
No, he deserves to be there. It's
so
okay.
much mic there.
Next week, we'll do our top 10s. We'll have fun. We'll ring in the new year strong. And then we'll have a brand new episode the first weekend of 2025 for you. To everybody out there, because we won't speak before certain holidays come up. Happy holidays. We hope you have a wonderful time celebrating with good food, good people, good gifts. I don't know. All right, that's it. We're going to go eat dinner. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Bye.